What do you mean about the transfer of power not being revealed? It was kept hidden. What was? Earth's legacy. His instructions. The magistrates and the Lord Patriarch were provided with guidelines for the eventual death of Arkesan. How did you see these guidelines? I found them in Arkesam's chamber when I was allowed to visit him. It was as if the old man was guiding me to them, even in his feeble state. Tell me, now. He grabs his corrupted arm to stop the twitching. Then he speaks in a regal tone. Upon the death of or at the behest of his lordship Arkeson, a provisional government will be declared. He closes his eyes, reciting the words as if they were scratched on the back of his eyelids. This government shall have 2 years to oversee an electoral process, at the end of which a permanent government chosen by the people shall be enacted. This provisional government shall be headed by 2 individuals with shared power and responsibility to provide full suffrage to all citizens of Norway. The first individual shall be elected by all active clerical patriarchs within 7 days. The second individual shall be elected by all active guild union leaders within 7 days. He opens his eyes. 1 cleric, 1 Asgarlist. Earth's legacy. If either of the provisional electoral processes fail, the individual will be chosen via random lottery at the end of those 7 days. Sounds fair. He coughs. The instructions included more details, of course, but this is what Earth wanted from us. Brother, this is what Arkesan wanted. He was going to step down, retire, to enact his final will of our glorious god. So that's why that is why they feeble-minded him. They could not let Earth's will pass. They could not let go of power. That's one hell of an accusation. Those corrupt bastards. Why should I believe you? Glance at his corrupted arm. That doesn't make any sense. There's an election going on right now. Those corrupt bastards. Yes, brother. That is what they are. Know this. I read Earth's legacy. His last will, over a year ago. Arkesan was targeted 3 years ago, right as the election began to take shape. Think about it. If a cleric and an Asgarlist were to be put in charge of the entire electoral process, who would lose? Who would possibly want to avoid such a scenario? The Freestriders? The Freestriders. And the power behind the Reetsian coffers. He gives you a very tired look. I have worked tirelessly to find the truth in this. I used my privileged access to archives, party meetings, documents spanning all districts, the ability to investigate all magistrates without alerting anyone to my intent. It turns out the answer was not so hidden. What did you find? All magistrates have deals with the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. In total, approximately 85.5 million crowns in the form of public work investments, guild expansions, targeted tariffs, consultancy fees, the illegal sales of Novikian property, exclusive land licensing bids, key positions within the district bureaucracies, and sometimes even just gifts. This is horrifying. Do you have the receipts? Some, barely anything. Anything damning is kept under wraps. Everything else looks innocent on the surface. They're creating opportunities for foreign investments. This is a good thing. This is horrifying. Agree with him. Those monsters agree with him a lot. What exactly does any of this have to do with the tea shop? I'm gonna say this is horrifying. Yes, it is, brother. Eyes flick to his arm, his face contorting into a painful wince. I know well why you are here. I am responsible for the explosion. There you go. The elf, she. Gorm lifts his head. Stern, truthful. Regret. He places his hand upon the pommel of his sword. You killed her? Arguably, yes. Arguably. I should explain. The party of Norway has been entirely corrupted by crowns and foreign interests. He scoffs to himself. Our city sliced up, auctioned off. Why didn't you speak up? Break your oath? People would believe you. They trust you. Sounds like you gave up right away. So what? You turned dark magic? Why didn't you speak up? Brother, my oath is not one to be broken. I swore my life to the party. I see. If I spoke to the press, if I spread rumors, if I so much as mentioned their foul play to a beggar on the side of the road. He laughs, nearly tears in his eyes. My body would reject the words, as my soul would reject its vessel, my life forfeit to the whims of this fallen city. His head falls, his shoulders heavy. The burden, the weight of this curse. Nevertheless, a real man would have been able to break it. Lifting his head, his jaw clenched, one hand gripping over the other, I should have been able to. The fact he's telling you this tells you his soul is already lost to this dominion, to the beyond. But here you are free to speak. Yes. The oath is not broken. I can still feel it. But here, Earth does not watch me. Here he does not see what a monster I've become. I wish he never does. What did you do? He lifts his mutated arm, a flayed skin pulsating around vein-like tendrils. I sought out the aberration. What was it, Everglad? 1 second. Got a bit of a runny nose, sorry about that. We all knew he was there. Everglad was never considered a threat down in his flooded temple, nor were his warlocks. I did not imagine he would so easily give me everything I needed. What did he give you? Power. Terrible, terrible power. He clenched his mutated fist. A god never dies, brother. They simply fade from our world. That much was clear when I watched him go. That much was clear when I watched him go. That means with enough power, with the correct esoteric ritual, I can return him to material reality. He takes a decisive step forward. I can bring back our god. You want to resurrect Earth? His face grows dark. I can bring him back. There is nothing but pain in that statement. Whether he speaks truth or no, it does not matter anymore. He is on this path till the end. 1,400 pounds of silver, branches from 5 trees grown on the soil of his birth, diamonds carrying a worth of 100,000 crowns as per last material break. And the paladin bites down on his words. It's all ready. I have it all. An overwhelming value, even for a high-tier resurrection. For a god, this could very well be a reasonable material cost. What was the 4th thing? Can I ask that? What makes you so certain it would even work? A vision, brother. I know this is far-fetched, but here, in this beyond, there are no limits to spellcasting. The rules are different, wilder. There is an esoteric freedom. I have seen into the depths of this place. In all this time I've spent here, I now ask much of you, brother. I ask for your faith. Faith in this spell and in me, but I swear, Earth is here, somewhere, close. I can feel him watching me, giving me these visions. You don't sound like you know what you're doing. No, I realize that. I both look and sound like a raving cultist. He flexes his mutated hand with another wince. The pain is familiar to him at this point. He seeks it out as much as he wants to avoid it. So I have given my blood and soul. Why not my dignity as well? What is this spell called? I do not care to name it. It does not deserve one. Why this reservation? A spell needs a name. But this is what he wants. Why not revel in it? Something is off. What is he not telling you? What level is the spell? I don't know. 10th? 11th? The return of a divine spark? Yes, that should certainly be above 9th. However, the fact he does not know such a basic component tells you everything. How did you learn to cast it? Everglad's esoteric connection with the beyond allowed me to make contact with a number of otherworldly beings. They helped me mold a custom epic tier spell for the sole purpose of resurrecting one specific god. While my appearance has been tainted by the far realm influence, this spell is no foul magic, nor is it in any way influenced by Everglad. This is divine magic at its most powerful. When are you casting it? I've been casting it for days, brother. It is near completion. How did you get all the spell components? The branches I secured myself by visiting the Curse Lands. The diamonds and silver secured via Ilum. The elves paid for your spell? They did, in full. What did they wish in return? The same thing they always wish for, our eradication. He coughs and winces. The Ilum wishes to stop Free Striders from getting a foothold in Ascon. They believe the Earth folk to be weak without them. Easy prey, they are wrong. But I played into their assumptions. To them, I was a rogue paladin wanting revenge on my people. One who needed funding to establish a network of dissidents. After a few favors, they gladly provided me with the silver, the diamonds, along with an agent to plant the Necklace of Fireballs. You brought the Necklace of Fireballs into the city? Yes. I signed the paper to get it through customs without inspection. Then it landed in the hands of an elf. Pinja Athena. Their warden of outreach told me she was a traitor. He raises his eyebrows, caught by what you say. A warden? Whatever you told you may discard. Never trust an elf. But should I trust you? But I should trust you. Trust yourself. Trust others to do as they do. He looks off into the void. The elf did exactly as her master ordered. She took the necklace from the shipment on Water Lane. Then she made sure the box was stored in the space underneath the temple. In Drummer's secret tunnel. The tea shop owner, yes. I visited a few times to make certain it was a good spot. Pinja Athena made sure the crate with the hidden necklace was stored inside. It was supposed to stay there until the election. At which point... What did you do, Gorm? The paladin twitches as his hand appears to tense up. Let him say whatever he has to say. Everglad whispered in my ear that morning. He told me the elf had set up a meeting with a Free Strider agent. I intervened. I entered that tea shop from Pillar Crossing. Past the tunnel, I found her sitting in one of the booths. She had the Necklace of Fireballs in her grasp. Let him speak? The elf was planning on selling it to make an escape for herself. I don't blame her, but I could not let her take it. The thought, the possibility, did not cross my mind. I cast Charm Person on her, though I had forgotten how the elves ignored such effects. All paladins are the same. They never think before they act. She reacted violently, threatened to blow us both up. Again, I do not blame her for this. But I had a chance to, before I figured out what to say. Before I figured out what to say, I saw it in her eyes. His gaze is no longer focused on the void behind you, now piercing your eyes behind the helm. She had already made up her mind. Fascism chose the path. I chose the end. Words leaving scorched, reanimated lips. They whisper, they beckon, they scream. I cast Misty Step, reaching the edge of the room before it hit the ground. She was incinerated instantaneously. Me, I made it out with seared flesh. He closes his eyes. She did not suffer for what little it's worth. She suffered. She suffered every indignity a person can, at the behest of this man. Blue flames, a heat and blast so wild consciousness is drained from the shock itself. She did not feel the fire, but she felt everything before. But why? Why did you need the necklace so much? What were you planning? The paladin looks at you with dead eyes. Your gut sinks. It conjoins and twirls among the eternal waters, words spoken by the gruff man near breaking your resolve. There is a fourth component to the spell. Stare at him. One final sacrifice. Say it slowly. What is the final component, Lord Gorm? He does not meet your gaze. He says, the true souls of 27 of his believers. What? One soul for each year since his fading, forcibly taken into the beyond. Oh dear God. They will be channeled here, to this exact corridor upon death, at which point the spell will be cast and Earth will return to the rest of his people. He closes his eyes and mutters a few words to himself. A prayer. Disgusting. What? Thus I am forsaken. 27 innocent people? 26. I will be the final sacrifice. You think that makes it okay? No. None of this is okay. Are you insane? Not yet. His two words are joined by a grim scowl on his face. That's... I need your help, brother. Without the necklace of fireballs, it will be a grim task to collect these souls. He holds out a clenched fist, mutated flesh in a grotesque ball. Will you assist me in resurrecting our god? Darkness in his eyes. Death pooled at his feet. The paladin is doomed. As interesting as seeing an epic tier spell in action would be, do not follow this madman. You have cast so many spells from a position of naive intrigue, where the forces break your very flesh apart, with nothing to show for it. A spell of this value and power, how do you imagine it would end? Exactly as its caster intended? Do not follow this fool into his demise. You are watching a tragedy unfold beneath the stars. This poor man has been driven to the brink of the abyss. He is staring into it. A chronic lack of agency, a zealot on the edge of desperation. These whispers he hears, they cannot be his voice. They are anything but. Please speak to this man. Make him remember the path taught by Earth, your good God. Take a breath, a deep one. Okay. Ooh, the Scroll of Wish to treat Lord Archism could be an interesting thought. What gives you the right to make such a sacrifice on their behalf? No right, no law, no institution or sanctified right. This is my accursed choice, my evil imposed on the world. Okay, I'll try to understand. You have advantage and a +6 and additionally a +3 on a DC 7. As long as we don't roll 2 1s. There we go. He is alone. Tired, weary from decades of fighting for his faded master. He has watched for 27 years how everything they built has fallen apart. The paladin wanted to save his people by casting himself as the villain, by destroying innocent lives despite the pain it causes him. This is what it means. Is this what it means to be truly good? To go against everything natural and decent to help untold future generations? I cannot understand him. No, perhaps not. If empathy is off the table, then sympathy will take its place, despite all the horrors involved. You want to kill 27 random people. Okay, argue for another path. We have a +3 and advantage, that's not so bad. We have enhance ability, okay. Oh, we have charm person. You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw, and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. I don't know if I want to go with this. What's wrong with your arm? The paladin clenches his claw-like tendril. His flesh is constantly burning. I reached into the sap of the boundary tree. It gave me a permanent hold onto the strings below. An awesome power to wield, a terrible price to pay. Everglad merely opened the path for it, but this was the only way for me to truly gain the power fit to rival Jaw. Even at the cost of my flesh and soul. Horrendous. Okay. Okay, the elf didn't have to die then. No, she was another mistake. He shakes his head in regret. He feels the loss, but he has justified it. It is preemptively forgiven, even as he lashes his own back. I could have let her escape. I could have succeeded in taking the necklace from her. I could also simply have avoided the elves, gotten my components elsewhere. If I had learned more. If I had lived better. If I had been more virtuous. Alas. What do you think about the Ilum? The Mender was a powerful queen. Good in her ways, not too unlike Earth, from what I heard from him. I believe there are lessons to be learned in the rise of her cult, post-fading. That is what Earth believed. I have a scroll of wish that could be used to treat Lord Akasam. Gorm squints at you and the piece of ancient paper you're waving around. You have a scroll of wish? Doesn't everybody? That was a joke, sorry, bad timing. Anyway, yes, take it. Just hold it up in silence. He looks at it, then looks away. The Lord Patriarch has been gone far too long, brother. And wish is quite possibly a madder idea than my own. However, you can see him working it over in his dark mind. Well, I'm sorry to say, even with that, I am far too gone in this, and even wish cannot bring back a god. It is only a 9th level spell. This man knows more than you ever will know. That's a failure. Do we get another bonus? No, we didn't get another bonus out of it. Argue for another path? That's a 14, that's a success. Right, it's time. The final time. Time to show him who's the best. The best at winning in dialectical debate. There is another way, Lord Gorm. Pray tell, brother. Okay, he's giving you a shot here. Don't fuck it up. I have spent countless nights arguing with myself, thinking over every possibility, every action. If you have a solution, I would love to hear it. Now that I know the truth about the Magistrate's coup, I could help you spread it. We can still enact Earth's will. We can fight back, create a resistance movement. What if we find a cure for the Lord Patriarch? What about if we ask people nicely to sacrifice themselves? Okay, none of this is working clearly. Now that I know about the Magistrate's coup, I could help you spread it. We can still enact Earth's will. Yes, that could have been a solution, and I hate myself for not thinking of it sooner when it was plausible. But now my reputation is in ruin. The election is now, and power will change hands. Yet even if we had time, fighting the Free Striders on their terms is foolhardy at best. No. It is as much of a suicide as this spell is, with no result. We can fight back, create a resistance movement. I've already done that. What? I used the considerable funds from the Ilum to fund various resistance movements around Norwich. True nationalists who stand by Earth against these corrupt officials. They will be crushed in time. I considered a coup, but that would have been a disaster. We never had the might or the access. And given their proclivities towards deception, they are prepared and paranoid. What if we find a cure for the Lord Patriarch? A cure to feeble mind? If you did that, you could be a new God King. Okay, none of this is working clearly. True. Welp. What do you mean, whelp? Welp, as in, what can you do? There is always one thing you can do. Oh, what's that? The paladin watches you, silence sweeping over the eternal pools around you. Tell him. Nah, it won't work. Try to empathize? His eyes widen slightly. You're not alone, Lord Gorm. His heart clenches. His attention is yours. Oh, but I'm not really devoted to Earth. I don't like Earth. Yeah, believers that would do anything for him. The paladin nods along with your words. But Earth is not a man. He is an ideal, a dream to strive towards. He freezes. I'm not sure I agree. Perhaps not to you. But if we lose you, Lord Gorm, then we lose the last man at the top who fights for us. I'm not what you think I am, brother. I do not have the power to sway the forces of the world. He lowers his head in defeat. The world upon him, the weight. Yeah, push, that should work. Earth is a dead god, but not forgotten. Please do not join him, not yet. I understand you, brother, but no. I see the way forward. This is the one I choose. See? Some other way then. I don't think I want that. Convince him to stand by his oath to Earth with a religious fervor. I don't think that's good. You want me to kill 27 random people? No. Earthfolk only. The spell does not consider their personal belief as much as their folk type. Any human living in Norwich will do. Please do your best not to hurt anyone else. The goblin population of Tolstad especially will have to be avoided. Let us not shed their blood in vain. I don't think Earth wants his people to die either. Of course not. Earth taught me everything I know, brother. He was a father to me. If he were to see what I have planned, he would kill me on the spot. Don't speak. The paladin gives you a solemn look. Even still, I pray you see exactly why it must be done. This is terrible. Oh yes, awful. He sounds reasonable, which is the worst part. It's impressive. What happens after the spell goes off? Earth will return from the pillar. My corpse will lay before him, covered in the blood of innocents, put down by some heroic Earth Guard member. And people will just accept that massacre? All the people will see is their god returned at a most frightening time, saving them from a mad and corrupted paladin. Earth will heal those hurt. The one who slays me will be heralded as a true hero of the city. And I will be the monster. No one will ever know the truth of this ritual. Would people actually believe that? I cannot guarantee anything. No one can. He has thought through all the minutiae as well. It is almost a shame his masterstroke is inherently flawed. The Free Striders would not be happy about a resurrected god in Norvik. The Earth folk would rally around him in an instant. Lord Gorm, as a paladin of Earth, your vows include a sworn oath to never hurt our people. You have broken that promise. Arrest him. Lord Gorm looks at you, examining you. Mere seconds turning into what feels like excruciating hours. An empty gaze. Complete silence, broken by his next words. Do you know what happens when a god dies, brother? Don't answer. I was with him when he faded. Just an old man, wrecked with flashes of memory and fear. Yet in that last fleeting moment, his mind was clear. He spoke to me. Earth spoke to me before his body began to turn itself into a searing hole. His head lifts in memory, a flashing golden hue spreading across his bed chamber, collapsing into itself, leaving behind a faint layer of dust upon the sheet. Do you know what he told me? As he speaks, the paladin smiles. What did he say? He wipes a tear from his eyes. I see stars. He told me I see stars. Look up at the gleaming sky. Was it a vision? Is that what all gods experience at the end? Being eaten by your divinity? Lord Gorm sees this as providence. Yes, I know it. For all my doubts, this I know. My God led me here, brother. There is pain in his voice. Lord Gorm puts on his helm. Come on. My friends, could you show up, Snell? His eyes gleam. Oh, Snell. He knew I would end up at this step, at these steps into eternity. Earth knew what it was about to do.